Okay, maar volgende my eerste kaartjies. Van die eerste gou so kansie gee om te merk en dan gaan ek vra of daar iemand is wat wil hê ek moet 'n stukkie verduidelik. See a few frowns. Okay, people, this is now exercise 8, no? You had exercise 8 and 9, so just make sure you're at exercise 8. Okay, so I assume that was the frown. Okay. Dis nou oefening 8, né? Dit was die maklike 3 terme. Right, laat ek hoor. Any problems? Ja. Ja? Nee. Omdat dit maal is. Kyk, tussen hierdie twee hakies staan nou mos eintlik 'n maal, né? So when it's multiplication, order doesn't matter because just to use a simple example, 3 times 2 gives you 6. Swap them around. 2 times 3 nog steeds 6, né? Okay, so dan volgorde hier maak nie saak nie. Okay, any other questions? Right, kan ek maar skiet? Okay, daar's 4, 5, 6. Laat ek hoor. Any questions at 4, 5 or 6? Kyk net gou vinnig my na 6, want toe ons net begin het met 3 terme, het ek vir julle gesê, always remember to write it in descending powers of x. Nee? Onthou om eers te gaan skryf dat jy jou x kwadraat eers het, dan jou x en dan nou x. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to confuse, okay, luckily term 1 and 3, whether they swapped around will still be the same thing, but just to make you see it easier, nee. Okay, dan as ek dit so gaan skryf het, dan sal jy sien, makliker, ek moet 'n gemeene factor uithaal, and then that bracket can be factorized even further. Okay. Any questions? Ek dink hierdie oefening was die makliker een tussen die twee, nee. By 9 het julle so 'n bietjie klei getrap. Neem ek aan, ek weet nie. Can I skip? Hands up, we're still clapping. Okay, right, so hier gaan ons nou oefening 9. Merk gou daar. Laat ek gou hoor. Enige, ja.
Sorry, ma'am, I got 6x plus 5.
Okay, wait, which number?
Oh, sorry, 411.
Ja?
I got 6x plus 5 and 2x minus 2.
Okay, so let's say, let me just double check, maybe I had it wrong. 12.
No, ma'am, I'm sure you have it right, but...
12 minus 15. Okay, so if it was 6x plus 5 and 3x, you said minus 2. No, okay. Remember, yesterday I said, always go back and double check by using FOIL, meaning do the opposite. So the 6x times the 3x gave me the 18x squared, yes? Okay, 6x times the minus 2 gave me minus 12x. Then these middle two, the 5x, or the 5 times the 3x, gave me a positive 15x. And then 5 times minus 2 gave me minus 10. But the thing is, these two middle ones, if I take minus 12 plus 15, you're going to get positive 3x, right? And have a look what we should get. Negative 3x. Okay. Enige ander vrae? Hoe lyk dit so ver? Kon julle dit reg kry? Wie het al 4 van hierdie reg? Oh, well done. Okay, so dit gaan beter as wat ek gedink het dit gaan gaan. Okay, can I skip? Wie skryf nog af? Okay, daar's B se 2 en 5 en dan C 2. Onthou as jy ergens vashak, jy moet sê, né? Ek gaan nie weet as jy nie vir my sê jy sukkel. En net gou vinnig praat oor C. You would have seen that over here I've got a to the power 3. Now we're not used to that. We always have an unknown to the power of 2. And that was your clue that maybe go look for, can I take a out as a common factor? En jy kon al by elkeen van die terme uithaal. Just remember, en ek weet julle weet het, I'm just repeating again. It's only a common factor as ek dit by elke liewe een van hulle kan uithaal. Nee? Okay, so I took out a, which means that I get a squared minus 6ab plus 9b squared. And that trinomial I'm now going to factorize. So factors of a squared would be a times a. En faktore van 9b kwadraat kan of wees 9b mal b of 3b times 3b. En dan moes ek nou dit gaan gebruik het to get minus 6ab. Okay? But remember, that plus tells me that the signs must be the same. Okay, so ek sou in elk geval nie daai, hierdie sou vir my AB gegee het en daai sou vir my gegee het 9AB. So I wouldn't be able to use that to get a negative 6. So automatically that one is out. So dan A mal 3B geef my 3AB en A mal 3B, selfe storie. And because signs will be the same, I made both of them negative. Okay. Is julle reg hier? Enige vrae? Hoorie, julle is so mooi stil, né? En ek is so dankbaar daarvoor. Dis baie lekker. Maar ek het vanoggend weer vir Snygans gesê, die boggerop is omdat julle niks praat nie. Ek het nie 'n klou. Is julle by of is julle lost? So dis wonderlik, né? Maar asseblief as jy lost is, please put up your hand and say, and if you're too shy, are you lost? Completely.
Not completely, but I'm lost.
Still unsure. Okay. Then when they start working, I want you to come to me so we can sort it out, né? Jy ook? Ja.
Mine of E2.
Ja?
Is it wrong if you set in the bracket 5x minus 1 and then in the next bracket 3x minus 3?
Okay, wait. 5x minus 1 and 3x?
3x minus 3.
Okay, let's just go double check. So you could have used the 5x and the 3x, yes, and the 1 and the 3 were both, they were all factors. But it's the important part is the combination of it. So let's just do the opposite and go multiply in. That's going to give me 15x to the power of 2, right? If I multiply these two, it gives me minus 15x. This is going to give me minus 3x. And those are going to give me positive 3. So if I were to simplify that, I'm going to get minus 18x plus 3. So have a look here. And what are we supposed to, waar is ons nou? Okay, wait, laat ek gou myne double check. 15x kwadraat minus 15 minus 3. Oh, the thing is, al twee werk uit. Huh? Is ek normaal? 15x kwadraat minus 15 minus nog 3 geef my minus 18 and a positive 3. So then there were two options. Kyk, hier sou jy nog 'n faktor kon gaan uithaal. Yes, you know why? Both of those options are correct, né? Want kyk gou hier, daai 5x minus 1 stays like that. This 3x minus 3 could actually take out a common factor of 3, né? Sien julle dit? Okay, so look at my answer and what we've got here. The only thing is that x minus 3 stays this x, x minus 1, bly die x minus 1. But with my answer, that 3 is multiplied in with this. And that's how I got the 15x minus 3. So eintlik kan myne ook nog, excuse, ek het dit gemis, nee? So actually, yours, who asked? You. Yours and mine could go further. Final answer should actually be, hier kan nog uithaal, 'n gemeene factor van 3. So 5x minus 3, and then the x minus 1. Okay, so yours is still right, and what you see on the board is right. We just both have to have that extra step. Okay, thank you. Excuse julle, ek het daai gemis. Okay, can I delete this bottom part? Wat ek so vrek lelik geskryf het? Okay, kan ek maar skip? Want die laaste een was 'n lekker een, né? Goed. En ek is nou baie spyt, maar ek gaan 'n plan maak. Can I skip? Is anyone still copying here? Okay, right. Over here, we've got brackets. Now, what we used to is a x squared and then a normal x and dan 'n nommer. Nee. En nou het ek ewe skielik hakies. So, wat jy kon gedoen het, you could have gone from here and worked it out. But what some kids like doing is saying, make a plus b equal to x. So in plaas van daai hele hakkie skryf, gaan ek nou net gou eers vir x gebruik. So dan lyk hy eintlik so. X kwadraat, because instead of a plus b squared, I just use x squared. Is julle by? Plus 4, en nie die hele hakkie nie, maar net x minus 32. Sien jy nou, lyk hy al klaar baie meer soos wat ek hom wil hê. Nee, it looks way easier. Right, it's not wrong if you worked with the brackets, and you'll see later on, you'll be able to see it without even doing this. But I'm just giving you another option so that if you're not comfortable with it, dan kan jy hierdie gebruik. Okay, so if I were to factorize that, dan gaan ons mos nou sê, kry faktore van x kwadraat, nou dis x maal x, and factors of 32 would be 32 times 1, en ek gaan sommer 'n bietjie kroek en skip, nou 8 maal 4, 8 maal 4. Nee, okay, there are more factors, but I'm cheating. I'm skipping to the one that we actually want. Nee? Okay, so we've got to use these to get to 4. So this is obviously not an option. Nee? Ek wil kry positief 4. Dit kan ek gebruik. Ek kan sê positief 8 minus 4. Nee, stem julle saam? And just go look at the sign of term 3. It is a negative, so my signs must be different. So if I were to factorize that, I'm going to get x plus 8 and then x minus 4. Nee, maar as jy hierdie metode gebruik het, jy mag nie daar stop nie. Want ek het dan nou x'e en die oorspronklike som praat van a en b. Nee. So it's fine if you got up until there, but now you've got to go substitute it back in. So the answer there will be, instead of x, I've got to use a plus b. Nee, so dit gaan wees a plus b. This is now in this, instead of that x, plus 8. And instead of this x, a plus b minus 4. Sien julle dit? Maak dit sin? Is almal alright? Okay. Hou julle meer van hierdie metode of wil jy hou by die hakkies? Huh? Hierdie met is gewoonlik so. Okay. Any other questions? Not. Okay. Then I assume you guys are okay, except for you, with trinomials. Nee? Onthou ons gaan aan die einde van die hoofstuk gaan ons weer 'n klomp hersiening ook doen. Nou wil ek gaan na groepering. This is now a new type of factorizing. Now unfortunately, because my previous slides were deleted, onthou julle ek het vir jou so lysie laat maak van die faktorisering, nee? And on your list you had number 1 was common factor, number 2 was difference in two squares, en nommer 3 was die 3 term, nee? Toe het ek vir jou gesê los nog so 'n paar reëls oop. Okay, so number 4, the fourth type of factorizing would be grouping, groepering. Ek kan nou nie teruggaan na my slide toe nie, want hy's nou weg. Okay, so the fourth type is grouping. Okay, nou gelukkig, die woord sê vir jou presies wat ons doen. Ons gaan kyk na wat vir my gegee word, en dan gaan ek groepies bymekaar maak, wat lyk of hulle dieselfde of gemeene factor het. Okay, so we're going to group some of them together so that we would have a common factor. Okay, kyk gou vir my na example 1. What I'm going to do is, and for now, is ons nice, ons sit vir jou mooi term 1 and 2 together and term 3 and 4 together. Okay, so for now I'm helping you to group. Die manier hoe ons dit vra. Maar jy sal sien hier na die einde toe, then we start shuffling them around, nee? Okay, goed. So jy kan sien dat hierdie tweekies, what do these two factors, or these two terms, have in common? Or what would be a common factor? A, nee, okay? En as ek daar A sou uithaal, gaan ek hê x plus 3. Nee. Okay. Now let's group these last two. Those two. Together. Woo. Wat het hulle in gemeen? 2. Okay. So kom ons haal uit 'n positief 2. As gemeene faktor. En dan gaan ek hê x plus 3. Wat sien jy nou? X plus 3 kan nou actually gaan uitgehaal word, nee. So that is the main goal of grouping. Ek gaan groepeer maatjies saam, sodat as ek dit factoriseer, when I factorize those, I would have something that is the same in both terms. Soos in hierdie geval, x plus 3, x plus 3, nee. So if your answer in this second one was not the same as that first bracket, dan is dit nommer 1, ek het verkeerde maatjies gaan maak, you maybe grouped it wrong, or number 2, maybe it's just the sign that needs to be changed. Okay, maar ons gaan nou by nog van sulke skop. Right, so, what we would have done from here is take out that bracket as a common factor. Nee, so dit het julle actually al gedoen, hierdie lyk nou nie vir jou snaaks of niet nie. I'm going to take out x plus 3 as a common factor. Whoops. Wat bly dan oor? Come on. A plus 2. So now it is fully factorized. Nou is hy volledig gefaktoriseer. Okay. So jy gaan sien groepering is eintlik ons het alles al gedoen. Daar's net daai ekstra stappie by van maak eers maatjies. Nee. Okay, let's look at example 2. Again, ek sê mos aan die begin is ons nice met julle. Kom ons groepeer gou daai twee saam. Wat kan ek uithaal as 'n gemeene faktor? 2x, okay. Then I'll have x plus 2y. Okay, let's group the last two together. These two. Okay, wat gaan ons daar uithaal as 'n gemeene faktor? Minus 3y. En dan gaan ek hê positief x, positief 2y. If you maybe took out a positive here, Nee? Skryf gou eers daar klaar, want ek wil dit gou verander, en dan gaan ek weer terugkom hiernatoe. Ek wil net vir jou wys, dat as jy nie 'n minus uitgehaal het nie, kan ek maar gou doen? Almal klaar geskryf? Sê nou maar ek het hier 'n positief uitgehaal. Dan sou ek binne in my hakkie gehad het, minus x, en daai sou gewees het, minus 2y. Stem jy saam? And then you will see that my two brackets are not the same. So then I'll go change that to a minus, and then my bracket would be positive x plus 2y. So as jy nou die verkeerde enetjie per ongeluk uitgehaal het, is nie verkeerd nie, jy gaan net 'n ekstra stap daarna hê, om hom gou weer te gaan verander. Okay, right, so let me just change everything again. Okay, so we took out a minus, and then that was positive. Okay, now kan jy sien dat my hakkies, the bracket itself of x plus 2y is in each one of those terms. So I take it out as a common factor, which means that my second bracket would be 2x minus 3y. Enige vrae? Okay, kan ek maar skiep? Hande op die skryf nog? Okay, daar's nog net tweekies gou-gou. Do you guys want to try example 3 on your own? Probeer gou vir my voorbeeld 3 op jou eie. Wie is nog bezig met 3? Okay, so first step would be to take out a common factor in the first two terms. Ek het daai eerste tweekies gaan saamgroepeer. And then I said I can take out a squared. So dan gaan ek weer a minus 4. If I group the last two terms, dan kan ek go uithaal minus 4. In other words, my bracket would also be a minus 4. You guys good with that? Okay, dan a minus 4 kan ek uithaal as 'n gemeene factor. That was in both terms. And what would be left? A squared minus 4. You stop there. Okay, kyk gou daai laaste hakkie. Look at the last bracket. Can you see that is difference in two squares again? Nee? So jy moes verder gegaan het en gesê that can be factorized and said a plus 2, a minus 2. You guys good? Goed. Nou, kom ons probeer gou die laaste ene. Let's try this last one. Is julle klaar? Gaan op skryf nog? Kyk. Kyk, wat ons gaan doen. Right, so the first thing is I group those first two together. En dan het ek uitgehaal 3t as 'n gemeene factor. So then I got 2t plus 1. If I group these last two together, those two, I took out minus 6x as a common factor, and then I'd get 1 plus 2t. Now, if you look at my two brackets, 2t plus 1 is the same as 1 plus 2t. Nee. So dan gaan haal ek uit as 'n gemeene factor 2t plus 1, which means that I'm left with 3t minus 6x. No, please don't stop there. If you look at that last bracket, can you see I can take out a further common factor of 3? Okay, nou onthou julle nou reg, ons gesê ons gaan dit hier in die middel gaan skryf nie. I write that 3 in the front. Nee. So hierdie 3 is eintlik wat uitgehaal is en dan kry ek daai. Nee. So in that last bracket I took out a common factor of 3 and that gave me t minus 2x. The rest stays the same. Ja. Nee, dis nie verkeerd as jy dit agter skryf nie, maar onthou wat ek nou doen is ek probeer jou train vir matriek, né? En soos jy nou gesien het van graad 9 af na graad 10 toe, daar's elke keer net so 'n bietjie van 'n step up. Die faktorisering bly dieselfde, maar die goed raak so klein bietjie moeiliker. So towards grade 12, lots of other stuff will be added. So dis hoekom ons maar altyd sê skryf in dalende magte van x, hou in alfabetiese volgorde, like this, write it in the front. So it won't be wrong, en as jy dit in matriek gaan doen, eindeksamen, gaan nie vir jou verkeerd merk nie. It's just it makes you see it easier and quicker and yeah, okay. Goed, any other questions? Right, dink julle is reg vir groepering, sou julle kon doen? Okay, is anyone still copying here? Good. So your homework is exercise 10, dis op bladsy 20. By A gaan jy vir my doen 4, 10 en dan 14, 15, 16. And then at B, you are going to do number 1 up until 5. Just a heads up. B is moeilik. Nee? So jy moet mooi skerp daar dink. En as jy miskien sien, jy kry nie jou hakies dieselfde nie, probeer ander opsies. You can group number 1 and number 3 together, and number 2 and number 4 together. Right? Enige kombinasies. Right? Nommer B gaan vir jou uitdaging wees, maar julle slim kinders, so ek wou dit juist vir julle gee. Okay. Julle kan nou begin met daai.